I'm Tracy Potts. NBC News has confirmed with the Trump campaign that there's an active effort to recruit doctors to back the president's more aggressive reopening plan. And these medical experts could clash with the government health experts who want to go slow in reopening. President Trump also saying that he wears the number of coronavirus cases now topping 1.5 million as a badge of honor. And there's still gridlock on Capitol Hill over that $3 trillion stimulus and more direct payments to Americans.
I'm Chanu Her. Businesses all across the South are getting a helping hand tonight from Atlanta rapper and entrepreneur T.I., as well as the Small Business Administration. He and the SBA are hosting a virtual town hall hoping to draw 100,000 business owners across the South. The regional administrator for the SBA is helping lead the discussion about what resources are available and how people can access help.
I'm Hope Ford. A Georgia nurse returned home after spending 6 weeks volunteering in a New York hospital and got a surprise airport proposal. Carly Preston headed to New York's Bellevue Hospital last month. Her boyfriend, Nick Stidham, a chemistry teacher, stayed in Georgia educating students online. 6 weeks later, Carly's flight landed and Nick was waiting there with the ring. And of course, she said yes.
Congratulations to the sweet couple.